Hello friends, this is Sukhwant Singh. Very often we remain more focused towards the faults of others and we seldom see the good in them. Once a maths teacher went to her class and wrote on the board the table that you are able to see on the screen. When the children saw the table written on their board, many of them started laughing. And the teacher looked back and asked them the reason for their laughter. And as you can see, there is one error in the table right at the beginning. And the children pointed out to the teacher and said, well, we are laughing for that. And then the teacher told them that, look here, I have purposely made that error just to teach you a lesson. And what is that? That I wrote all the other multiplications correctly. You did not appreciate that, but one mistake has come to your notice. Similarly, an art teacher went to the class and displayed on the board. He spread a chart on the paper, on the board, and asked the children to point out what were they able to see. You can see it on the screen. The children, many of the children, pointed out towards the black dot on the paper. Again, the teacher pointed out and said, why are you focused towards one dot and not the entire whiteness of the sheet? This is what we do in our lives also. The wrong in others, the darkness in others attracts us more than the whiteness, the good things in them. We get to see and watch and understand what we want to. So we need to remain focused towards the good things in others. Similarly, I am reminded of an anecdote in which Guru Amar Das Ji, the third Guru, who used to run free kitchen in his place, once a man was recruited to work in the kitchen. He had come from a neighboring village and he was working in the free kitchen of the Guru. Many of the people working in the kitchen went to the Guru and they said, what kind of trust do you have in that man that you have kept him without finding about him? Guruji said, well, he is a good person and he will do his job well. Soon, few of the people from the village from where this man had come saw this man working in Guru's kitchen and tried to approach him. Approach the Guru and conveyed to him again that, well, you have not done the right thing by keeping him in your seva. And Guruji asked him what happened. Then they said he had worked in their place for more than 15 years and Guruji said, what's wrong with him? Why shouldn't I keep him? And those people, they said, well, he has the habit of stealing the food from the kitchen and taking it home. And Guruji said, anything else? Any other fault? And they said, oh, no, this is the only fault that he has. But you need to rectify him. You need to remove him. Otherwise, he'll create problem in the kitchen. He is a robber. And then many days passed, it is said, and Guruji had not taken action. And then again and again, the few of the people, they kept on reminding Guruji. So one day it is said that while having food himself, while he was sitting and having langar with others, and this man was serving to the Guru also, when he came nearby, Guruji touched his feet and said, and everyone started asking, what are you doing, Guruji? Guruji even started weeping and said to his other followers who questioned him that why there were tears in his eyes, he said, well, you are a great man, to that person who was serving in the kitchen. And everyone was bewildered that how come instead of removing him and taking action against him, Guruji was doing this. And then Guruji explained and said, you worked for 15 years in the neighboring village, and all these 15 years, people who are against you, all that they could find was that at times you steal some food from the kitchen and take it home. This is the only fault that they could find in all 15 years of your service in the neighboring village. I am really impressed, because when I look within myself, I find I have more faults than you. That's why I am touching your feet. And then people say that this little fault also of that worker, he gave up on that day. Now Guruji looked at the whiteness more in that man than the black dot. Guruji looked at all the 9 correct multiplications on that sheet instead of focusing on one mistake that the teacher had purposely written to just test the students. So this is what we need to do in our lives. Look at the whiteness more and not at the black dot. Look at all the good things that people are doing around you instead of remaining focused on one mistake of your friend or your colleague or your spouse or your children or your parents or whosoever is there in your life. Look at their brighter sides and make their life also good and your life also sublime. Thank you.